Hey, Dina Wolf here, and we're going to be talking a little bit about 7 of the most toxic chemicals that are found in your laundry detergent. So, I don't know about you, but I am really conscious about what I put on my skin, and I wasn't before. And the reason that I was is that my family has suffered from a lot of autoimmune disorder. So, we really want to reduce the toxic load whenever possible because disease comes from deficiency and toxicity. So, an abundance of too much chemicals overtaxes our body, and then we end up in a world of disease and hurt, right? So, what can we do to help reduce that? So, let's kind of take a look at some of the chemicals that we come in contact with just by doing laundry, okay? So, there are 7 different toxic chemicals just in our laundry detergent alone. And if we look more closely at some of the manufacturers that are out there, there's going to be some that are a little bit better and a little bit worse for our health. And so let's take a look at those 7 different things. Before we do, I just kind of want to go over a study that they did at the University of Washington. They studied the top-selling laundry detergents and air freshening products and found that they emitted dozens of different chemicals. And all of them gave off at least one identified as toxic or hazardous under the federal law. Okay, that's pretty scary, right? The worst part is none of those chemicals were actually listed on the label. So we don't know what we're getting, right? Now, among those products tested were actually dryer sheets and fabric softener and laundry detergent, as well as sprays, plug-in air fresheners, and we've talked about those before on some of our classes. And the results actually showed nearly 100 volatile organic compounds, so those are called VOCs, that are emitted from 6 products, and none of them were on the label. Scary, right? So 5 of those 6 products emitted 1 or more carcinogens, so that's a hazardous air pollutant that causes cancer. So this study was actually done by Ann Steinman. So that's not the half of it, right? They later did another study in 2011, and the same researchers found that air vented from machines using top-selling scented liquid laundry detergent and scented dryer sheets contain hazardous chemicals, including 2 classified as carcinogens. And so, we just really want to personally look at what is in our laundry detergent. So let's kind of take a look at what that might be. So number 1, they're going to have fragrance. So most of us think, oh yeah, they smell really good, right? This is awesome. We want our clothes to smell really good. So this is one of the main problems, and the focus of those 2 studies above, the manufacturers combine a number of chemicals to produce a fragrance. So you believe that your clothes are clean because they smell clean, right? And they don't actually have to list those chemicals on the label because of the trade protection. So now, as we've seen, some of those chemicals can be very toxic. So number 2, cleaning agents, those are going to be surfactants. Those are the things that suds up, right? The soapy stuff. So these are included in the formula to help produce a cleaner type effect, right? They tend to help get the stains out. And examples of those chemicals are like quaternium 15, which is known to release formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. Diethylamine, linked to skin and eye irritation, possibly even liver problems. Non-liphenol, NPE, those are toxic to the nerves, irritating to the skin, and potential hormone disruptor. Toxic to aquatic life. So that's going to be toxic to anything that lives in water, right? So then we have something called linealkylbenzene sulfates, or LAS. That's going to be irritating to the skin, the eyes, and toxic to aquatic life as well. And this benzene on its own is a carcinogen. And that's in your laundry detergent. And then we have petroleum distillates, and those are linked to cancer and lung damage. All right. So if any of you are suffering from hormone issues, respiratory issues, your eyes get irritated really easily, you have liver problems, skin problems, definitely be looking at some of these chemicals. Then we have number 3, toxic chemicals or stabilizers. So these are chemicals that help stabilize the formula so that it can last longer on the shelf. So examples of those are going to be polyalkylene oxidide or ethylene oxidide, which are linked to eye and lung irritation and dermatitis. And then we have bleach. Bleach we're pretty familiar with, right? So bleach may be used separately or may be included in the detergent itself, and it's actually known to irritate the skin, the eyes, the lungs. And when it mixes with wastewater, so toxic water, right? Water that's dirty, it can irritate and cause issues and form a toxic organic compound that has been actually linked to respiratory issues, liver, and kidney damage. Scary. So number 5, we have 1,4-dioxane, and this is a chemical byproduct of detergent manufacturing. And in independent tests, women voices for the earth found 89 parts per million in Tide Free and Gentle. Yikes, right? Because, I don't know about you, but before I switched over to doTERRA, I would use the Tide Free thinking, oh, it's got less chemicals and, it doesn't have as much fragrance in it, right? And it's also found in the regular Tide, just in case you were wondering. And they actually, this Women's Voices for the Earth actually helped to increase the awareness, and Procter & Gamble actually agreed to reformulate and reduce the levels to below, so they went from 63 parts per million down to 25 parts per million. So there's less of it, but there's still a lot in there. So future tests should show whether they actually made good on that promise or not. So that actually has not been followed up yet, which is scary. So then we have brighteners, because we want our clothes to be bright white, right? Brighter colors, brighter white. And what's creating all this brightness? Nothing but chemicals, right? And that actually remains in the clothing to absorb the UV light and help the clothes appear to be brighter. So we're talking things like benzoazanol, dimestobene, disfoliate. There's big old huge long names. Here's another one, naphthitriazyl stilbenes. Big old long names. And since these remain on the clothes, they're actually likely to come in contact with you and your skin. Okay? Now, then we have things like phosphates, that's number 7, and EDTA, which manufacturers use these to make detergent more effective in hard water. And then this helps to prevent the dirt from settling back into the clothes when they're washing. So these chemicals have long been associated with environmental damage, particularly in our streams and waterways. They cause algae blooms, damage in the ecosystem, and many detergents actually have eliminated these, but they're often using ethylene diamine, and then also tetraacetylene acid. So that's the EDTA, and that's in its place, which is not readily biodegradable, and it's found to be actually toxic in animal studies as well. So we definitely want to be reducing a lot of these, and if not, get rid of them altogether. And there's a few different ways that you can do that. You can make your own laundry detergent, and it's really not hard. All you need is a little washing soda, borax, although borax is known to cause infertility, and then unscented bar of soap like Dr. Bronner's. But you're better off here with the borax than you are with what's on this shelf over here. So buy the safest that you can. Okay, if you don't want to do it yourself, look for a safer option that's out there. Environmental Working Group is great because it has a laundry detergent guide, and you can find those products that scored the lowest hazard rating on there. That's something that I'm an email. I'm on their email list, so I get updates on all their literature and litigation and all that as well. And it's ewg.org. And then you can skip the fabric softener and instead add a half a cup of vinegar with a couple of drops of essential oil, your favorite essential oil, and that will help to produce the same results without the toxic chemicals. You can naturally remove stains with a little bit of baking soda and water. And if you're really into the brightening, you can add your own baking soda to the wash cycle to naturally brighten, and the clothes won't be clingy with the chemicals and irritate your skin. You'll want to frequently wash out your washer, and this helps to get rid of any soap scum, bacteria, or any other icky things that actually have been collected in your machine over time. And you can just simply add some white vinegar and some hot water and run the cycle. I like to put a couple of drops of doTERRA Purify in there, and that gets a lot of that odor out. And if you have one of those front loading, underneath the plastic tends to get garbled up. Sometimes there's like socks under there and that kind of stuff, but you're supposed to actually clean out those high energy and then front loaders. Sorry, not the top loader, the front loaders. You're supposed to clean out those front loaders once a month to prevent that buildup of that soap scum. Now, if you're looking to utilize some doTERRA products, which for me, this is what we did, because we're going to buy laundry detergent, soap, toothpaste, and that kind of stuff anyway, right? Why not fulfill my doTERRA obligation monthly and add the laundry detergent to my monthly order? You get 64 loads for $27.50, and if you're a loyalty rewards orderer and you're on the loyalty rewards program, 6 of those PV are going to come back to you. So really it's costing you $21.50 to be healthier, okay? And over time, that's going to be less doctor visits, less hormone disruption, cleaner focus, better respiratory function, right? So can I really put a price on my health in that way? No, I can't, right? So if you don't have the laundry detergent and you want to make your own, there are recipes on the doTERRA blog site where you can make your own laundry detergent. And you can utilize Melaleuca, which helps to eat up bacteria, great for having clean and fresh scent. I mentioned the Purify, which is wonderful for adding to the dryer. You can add it to dryer balls and throw them in the dryer while you're doing your cycle and help to eat up some of that odor that causes issues. And then also lemon. Lemon is very inexpensive and can be used to clean and refresh very, very easily. Plus, too, the nice thing about any of these essential oils, especially lemon, is it improves our mood. So I'd rather have good essential oils rubbing on my skin, giving me a better mood, than making me hormone disrupted with some of these things that are, on the shelf here. So, it comes in a hand soap as well, the On Guard hand soap, cleaner concentrate, and that's this one. And then the cleaner concentrate's this one. And you can dilute this down and get about, oh gosh, my bottle like this lasts me a good 6 to 8 months. So it's such a great way to reduce your toxic load and really get a lot of those hormone disruptors, respiratory disruptors, and other toxic chemicals out of my daily use. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, please comment below. If you'd like more information on getting your essential oils or your laundry detergent from doTERRA, there will be a link posted below as well. And I look forward to hearing about your amazing transformation with your essential oils and ditching some of these harmful substances that we come in contact with every day. I appreciate you being on here. Talk to you soon.